Good morning. It's the 20th of April, 2026. I'm Reg Knight, and this is your Monday morning motivation. When I was in business school in South Carolina, our instructors would always remind us that one of the biggest barriers to starting a small business is financing. So they wanted to make sure that we were prepared that if we ever got in front of potential investors, that we had a immediate 2-minute elevator pitch, they called it, that we could pitch our ideas to people so they would be astounded, of course, and invest into our idea. I thought a lot about what's going on in the Middle East and all of the destruction and misery in Lebanon, Syria, Iran. And I thought that, a lot of these MAGA folks are not too far gone. Don't believe they're not. But when you try to convince them of certain things, you have to have that elevator pitch to make it personable. All the sound bites that we get from media sources talking about territories claimed and missiles and bombs take the human element out of what's actually going on. So I thought about that this morning, and I thought I would apply it to my life if I was actually in an elevator talking to a Trump supporter. And it would probably go something like this. I wasn't raised by my grandmother, but I spent a lot of time at her house. It was built by her son, my Uncle Marvin, who got out of the military after World War II. He had $500 in a Foot Locker and a very pregnant wife. But he was a hard worker. He sold shoes and saved money until he was able to build a construction business that eventually was very successful. He built my grandmother's house with his own hands, and he built a basement where his wife, Lily, fixed hair. And she did that for as long as I can remember until she retired. And for the life of me, I cannot fathom how I would feel if I came home to visit my grandmother and her house had been blown to bits by a drone or a bomb, and my Aunt Lily was down in the basement, unalived or having to be dug out of rubble in some sort of state of disrepair. Can you imagine that? Do you have children, or do you have a family, Mr. or Miss? Can you imagine what that feels like? Seeing your son buried in rubble after you took him to school and a Tomahawk missile struck it. Now, when you construct these things, you have to leave it open-ended, because some people, regardless of what you do, you can't reach them. But most people are reasonable. And if you make it personable and you put the humanity back on what's going on, at the very least, some people are going to think about what you said. And that's all we're trying to do at this point, folks. We're trying to get people to think about what's going on, to think what they're actually signing off on. And just maybe it will give them pause to do something different. So on this Monday morning motivation, I'm asking you to get your pen and paper out, if it's only in your mind, and put your 2-minute hip pocket speech together. Sometimes the interactions, I believe, are divinely inspired, and you may be in front of that one person that needs to be influenced to help influence other people to do the right thing. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. It's the 20th of April, 2026, and I'm Reg Knipe. Have a good day.